I'm Sean Stewart, the creator and editor of Blurred Society. Let's get into the video.
Come on!
There's still people, if Kid Rock shows up somewhere, there's still some people who would take a picture with him just because
100%.
it's like, hey, look, I met Kid Rock. No,
100%.
No, we got to stop that.
So, Jay Moore, tell me about your boy, man. I heard some of the details. First of all, are you abreast of what happened?
Breast.
Yes, I am.
You like a breast?
Our favorite fraud.
What do you do this time, bro?
Because, let me go ahead and put it out there. There is a transgender social media
Movement?
personality.
Oh, you talking about, okay, I see what you...
Who, Bud Light working on inclusiveness. She reaches a certain audience, and for this 365 campaign, they basically sent her a can with her face on it. Okay.
Oh, that's all it was?
The best gift ever, a can with my face on it.
Yeah, and because it's not like it's available to the general public. It's not like some special edition can that's going to be available in all your favorite liquor stores and grocery stores. And that was enough for Kid Rock to take some Bud Light and take an assault rifle and shoot the Bud Light.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible.
It's the cans.
It's the cans that are.
Shout out to the jerk.
And so now there's all these unimportant white men who are getting a little bit of shine right now by saying, go woke, go broke.
Prove the age-old adage, get woke, go broke. Now, if you think I missed one of the bigger leftist liberal disasters of the year, make sure to put it in the comments below.
That's their whole thing. Whenever white men aren't the center of whatever is happening, they think it's wokeness.
That's what I say.
I hate that they bastardized being woke.
Bro.
So, and the thing is with Kid Rock, there's literally a picture of him hanging out with a drag queen, before he decided to be what he has turned into. Like I said, our favorite fraud. And the thing is, everybody's like, we're going to not drink Bud Light. And the thing is, every beer company has some inclusionary situation.
Right.
Because everyone drinks beer regardless of their affiliation, regardless of their sexual orientation or how they identify. Narrowcasting, if you are trying to sell anything mass market, is not a good idea. Once again, it's about Kid Rock playing up to the same people who he plays up to when he breaks out his Confederate flag and talks about Southern heritage. Even though he's, he grew up like 3 exits from Toronto, and
literally though,
had apple orchards and horses and was a child of privilege, but tries to sell.
Did he have apple carts?
Yeah, he's upsetting them.
He had apple seeds.
Oh, yeah,
that's how he grew those trees.
And grew up a child of privilege, which I'm not
reference
knocking
from last week. Yeah.
Because
thank you.
Because there's nothing wrong with growing up a child of privilege. There is something wrong with growing up a child of privilege and acting like you didn't.
It's almost like it's a case where all of a sudden, if you crack open a Bud Light, a rainbow is gonna pop out, and you're gonna drink it and become gay. I mean, that's pretty much how they're treating it.
Yeah, and that's not how it works.
That's not how this works.
Not how it works
at all.
I mean,
anybody can drink whatever the hell they want to drink. It's
facts.
It's a beer. I couldn't care less about who's buying the product. You know what I'm saying? Drink responsibly, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all I ask.
Leave it at that.
Drink
What
responsibly.
is this about?
He is literally like a caricature of himself. Like he's a South Park character.
Absolutely. That's what I pictured.
He's South Park character.
Yeah. I mean, he really kind of is. Like when I saw the video of him, like, oh yeah, this is what I say to you. And then he turns and the camera moves and then he like shoots beer with the gun. I'm like, it's just dumb. That's all.
It's like
dumb.
the same people who...
Like, who cares? Like, I mean, I guess they care.
When they found out that Colin Kaepernick still had an endorsement with Nike, decided they were going to like burn their Nikes. And throughout history, when white people feel like they are not listened to, or there's a history of burning things, towns, shoes, clothes, people.
It's nothing new.
So, I
mean, if nobody's going to listen to you, you might as well burn some things.
The imagery of it, I know they don't think of it in the same way. as maybe I would.
For sure.
But when you think about it, he could have said, okay, I don't agree with this and pour out a Bud Light, but he had to break out, an assault rifle and shoot. Now, when you do something like that, and you got to realize that's performative to you, but you have to realize, especially what's going on in America right now, and I don't want to get too deep into that.
I know it.
You have to understand how that registers in some people's minds, especially when, you talk about violence towards people who are still marginalized. Instead of just saying, hey, I don't agree with this, you decide, okay, I'm going to bring a certain level of violence to show my disagreement. It's irresponsible.
Well, y'all know we live in a clout chasing era anyway, so that's a part of it also.
But I'm not looking for responsibility from Kid Rock.
Right. It's about attention. It's about, he did that. That's 100% about clout as well, and I want to get some attention when I do this. Like, that was.
It's also like it's also a degree to kind of to Jay Moore's point. I was joking earlier, but because it is dumb, but there is a level of like political pandering going on here. That when you align yourself anti-LGBTQ, anti-trans, and then you're pro-gun. You got a MAGA hat on, like you're out in the woods, like there's a lot of things going on here at the same time that he's trying to portray himself as, which maybe he is now, who knows? But like
Kid Rock lives in a mansion. He's been living in a mansion since he was a child.
Hey, maybe his backyard's the woods, and there's a river or something. But I feel like, like that goes to the messaging of like, this is what it means to be a conservative. This is what it means to be a Republican. And it's like,
violence against beer. That's a thing.
Yeah, it's just dumb. It's dumb when from a surface level, but there is definitely deeper connections and deeper levels of propaganda being shared.
Definitely. I mean, he's been a poser his whole life. Like you said, he's been rich, fake poor,
fake
culturally aware, so to speak.
That's one of them.
The hip hop side of things and whatnot. He act like he cared about little people. Now he acts like he cares about right wing conservatives. So I mean,
and who knows which one of these grifts is actually him?
We'll find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Well, you know what? It's the fact. It's the grift of, hey, no one talks about my music anymore.
Those people like it, but I mean,
do they?
Yeah.
Oh, he got. I don't know how big said core audience is, but he got enough people he can.
This
go
is
out
definitely
and
a blind spot for me. Like, I don't know anybody that likes Kid Rock. So.
I think it's a pocket. I think it's a pocket.
Kid Rock.
I didn't like him when he was supposed to be likable. So
true.
Kid Rock.
I think I think there's a pocket for a Kid Rock though in America where he can still go rock.
More in a pocket.
There's obviously
more in the pocket.
Yeah.
There's obviously a pocket for like conservative rap. So
yeah.
And he's doing country music. Country.
Is he? I don't even know. Like, even
I don't know. I've never heard it. So I don't know.
Maybe
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that he's doing country.
He's doing Confederate flag music. Whatever people who really ride for the Confederate flag, he does music for them. Yeah. And that's his pocket now. And you know what? Don't come around, talking about, like, because once again, I remember they did this Hip Hop America thing on VH1. It was a 5-night thing. And I remember Kid Rock talking about, Public Enemy and the 98s and like how he was loving it. And I was like, well, clearly you just listened to the beats because you didn't listen to anything Chuck D had to say. And the thing is, there's a lot of kids grew up with hip hop. And then once they get to a certain age,
it was a phase though.
It was a phase for them. And they weren't really about the culture and about having any level of understanding about what the culture comes from and empathizing with the people who came from the culture. Now he's an old white man who now feels like he can shoot cans in his backyard, and that's who he wants to appeal to.
He strikes,
and I'm telling you, black people, hip hop, don't let Kid Rock come around us and try to be like, oh no, it's not, it's different, it's not like that. It is like that. You have proven yourself to be this person over and over again.
He strikes me as the poster child or the epitome of a phase person. When you said phase, I just went through a phase real quick, and I was into hip hop for a little bit.
We all know people like that from
clearly missed it, right? Clearly missed it.
Not just white people. It'd be black people.
No, it's not black.
Like,
I'm glad you said that because it's not just white people.
This is him right here.
Stop that! He hates these cans. Stay away from the cans.
To your point though, I feel like white people in general, like, and I'm just speaking from like it's easy to when I was growing up and I was seeing hip hop music, it was just rap music. You know, I didn't assign it to any type of culture that was related to it. And then throughout time, you're around it so much, you start to peel back the layers of some stuff that you don't understand, and then you dive into it. I just feel like it's super easy there's so many different nuances that are at play when we talk about hip hop culture, levels of like black culture in America as well. And there's just lots of things to unpack. And I think it's really easy if you are somebody, let's say like myself, who became a fan of hip hop, but I started making hip hop. Ended up like, that started to be like my life in a way, right? But if I didn't start doing that and I was just a fan, a casual fan, it's really easy to like not dive deep into all these things that we talk about on a regular basis with hip hop culture. But Kid Rock should know better.
Right.
He does know better. See, that's the problem.
Right.
And so like I can understand even to a certain extent some people that are like, you know, like if you're just a fan.
Just a surface level.
Just a surface level fan, and you don't understand like some of the layers of the conversations that we have here. You're just like, oh no, it's just what. But
it's not for everybody to take said deep dive, right? It's not. That's not. Everybody's not going to be equipped or have that connection to it. So I get it, right? But like Jay Moore said, he's a person that knows better.
Oh, for sure.
He knows better. He knows better.
I think once you cross over into that line to where you start to become a part of it, or it becomes a part of you in that aspect, it's like you have a responsibility.
Exactly.
To, you know, especially, I mean, everybody has a responsibility for everything that they're a part of, but there's definitely a specific type of responsibility as a white person in hip hop to understand all this stuff on all these deep levels and how it affects.
You know, it's crazy.
Just your, like we talked about Macklemore being a guest. I was just about to
say Macklemore.
It's like, yeah, okay, I can say the same thing. Yes, I'm a guest in hip hop, but if you asked me if I belonged in it, I would say, yeah, I belong in it.
As he did. He said the same thing.
You know, and so the two things can exist at the same time, and that is a very nuanced, difficult conversation for a lot of people to grasp. It's not easy. Like you talk.
That's why he just doesn't anymore. He just went totally. Yeah. I can't say left field. He went right field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he's just a grifter anyways.
Yeah,
but
he's poser mobile.
Yeah. But I went kind of left
like
there.
That.
There's this football coach or whatever that got in trouble. He's being put on blast in Atlanta. I'm not even going to repeat his name, you know, by saying a lot of racist stuff on his social media.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I need black people, the hip hop culture, whatever, stop forgiving people. And just letting them come back in and say, oh, I'm sorry, or I didn't know, or I was drunk, or I was on Xanax or something. No. We got, like, what was that? I remember there was some country music singer who, you know, said some stuff that he wasn't supposed to be saying. And then I don't commit this stuff to memory like a lot of people do. Then some rapper did a song with him, you know. And it's like, we got to stop forgiving people.
It was LL Cool J, right?
No, that wasn't that.
No matter what we do. The only thing with that is there's always going to be somebody that's corny and wants to do their own thing, and it's not moving as a whole. There's always, so the phrase "one bad apple spoils the bunch," or this one person is the example that they're working with this dude and he's a POS. You know what I'm saying? But this person decided to work with him, so it makes everybody looks like it's
it was
cool.
Morgan Wallen and Lil Baby.
Yeah.
You know, and so
because I was going to ask you, Jay, like, what does that look like? Because it's in order to affect some type of change, right? To have some type level of impact, it's beyond just saying no to one person saying no to somebody. It has to look like something bigger, right?
Lil
For the
Baby
ultimate
needed a
impact.
check.
Yeah, but
he got his bag, right?
I guess
that's what
that's just what it comes down to for a lot of people, because there's still, you know, there's still people. If Kid Rock shows up somewhere, there's still some people who would take a picture with him just because
100%.
It's like, hey, look, I met Kid Rock. No,
100%.
No, we got to stop that. No, we're not taking pictures with you. No, we're not going to hang out with you and legitimize anything that you are trying to do out here.
Absolutely.
You know, so I mean, I you know, I know once again, just against Kid Rock, I don't know what's in your heart. Really, because you've never been like, in retrospect, you've never been 100 in it.
That's one of your
about anything.
Alone, that's one of your best I don't cares ever.
Great
perfect timing. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.